Now let me come to my covenant with you, the youth of Nigeria and the youth of ADC. Our partnership must also mean something practical in the lives of young Nigerians. It begins with jobs and enterprise. Nigeria has millions of young people with ideas, energy, and ambitions, but too many cannot access the capital required to turn those ideas into businesses. That was why, if you recall, in my last election policy, I said we were going to set $10 billion to make sure it is created for youth opportunities, either in business or in manufacture or in whatever, or small and medium enterprises. We will expand transparent access to finance for young entrepreneurs, artisans, farmers, technology farmers, and people working in the creative economy. Education must also change. There is a universal change in education. Nigeria must not be left behind. We cannot continue educating young Nigerians for an economy that no longer exists. Our schools must place greater emphasis on science, technology, vocational education, agriculture, digital skills, critical thinking, and entrepreneurship. A non-brilliant Nigerian child should be denied tertiary education simply because his or parents are poor. I am a beneficiary. We will also treat broadband and digital connectivity as essential national infrastructure. A young Nigerian in Gombe, we also should have the opportunity to participate in the same digital economy as somebody in Lagos or Abuja. Technology should make dealing with government easier, faster, and more transparent, not another layer of bureaucracy through which citizens must struggle. Security is equally fundamental. There can be no meaningful economic opportunity where people are afraid to travel, farm, attend school, or operate their businesses. Today, no section of the country is spared of insecurity. Before, it was northeast, eventually it went to northwest, came to north central, now in the southwest, now in the south-south. So you can see, we will strengthen the security architecture, improve training, equipment, and welfare, expand accountable community-based approaches, and insist that the primary responsibility of the Nigerian state, the protection of life and property, is treated as exactly a responsibility, not a favor. And our democracy must work. Our democracy must work. Let me conclude by a warning on the Osun election. So before I go further, let me speak directly to INEC, the security agencies, and the Atiku administration about the Osun governorship election. What we are witnessing in the build-up to that election is deeply troubling. The scale and posture of security deployment make it appear as though Nigeria is preparing for war rather than conducting a civil election. Let me remind those in authority, elections are civil engagement, not military operations. Ballot papers are not bullets. Voters are not enemy combatants. Opposition members are not insurgents. If Nigeria possesses this enormous security capacity, Nigerians are entitled to ask a simple question. Why is the same overwhelming force not being deployed against the terrorists kidnappers and bandits who are killing our people, adopting our children and driving citizens from their communities. We are asking this government. I wish I can see Bola Tinubu and ask him this question, but I have refused to see him.
Papa baby, so we know get another one. Now our Papa baby, so now our President baby, so we know get another one. Now our President baby, so now our President Nigeria you ever conscious Nigeria you. Indomitable Nigerian youth. Greatest Jagba, greatest Soso, Indomitable Mgbeke, greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. And against my normal tradition, speaking off tempo, I decided today to behave like a newscaster, confined to this podium, to read my submission to the Nigerian youth. We are very fortunate to have our leader, the man who will chase Bola Tinubu out of the villa. By the 29th of May 2027, Bola Tinubu, Remi Tinubu, Seyi Tinubu, they will all move their luggages out of the villa, including those in the west quarters of the villa. And we will invite DEA in America. That means a drug enforcement agency in America, to do a cleansing of the villa before we enter with Bismillah, so that we will live with a happy life. To be managed. It is an enormous national asset to be developed. The question before us is therefore not whether young Nigerians have the capacity to change Nigeria. They do. The real question is, how do we organize that capacity, direct it towards national development, and ensure that young people become active participants in determining the future of their country? What is youth mobilization? Youth mobilization is more than gathering young people in large numbers. It is more than political rallies, social media trends, hashtags, or attendance at conferences. True youth mobilization is the process of organizing young people around ideas, values, causes and programs that enable them to participate meaningfully in the society. It involves political participation, civic engagement, entrepreneurship, education, community development. Many of you here are more than 29, you are more than 30. Isaac Newton propounded the law of motion at the age of 23. Bob Marley lived for 31 years. Today we are still singing him. Prophet Muhammad was called into prophethood at the age of 40. Jesus Christ lived 33 years as a youth. Today we are still worshiping him. So you have a dynamic age bracket group. Your mission is to revolutionize this country. You have the highest percent, you are about 60% of the electoral numbers of this country. We determine who will be the president, who will be the governor, who will be senator. And today, the only political party that has the anointing for transformation is the APC.